9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, you guys. I just made it home. I got Chick-fil-A today, so I just put that in the refrigerator. All right, you guys. Whew. I just made it back home real quick. Just wanted to sit down and talk like normal. So I feel like that this will be the first video that I upload on my YouTube since 2019. And today is Monday, November the 8th, 2021. So it's almost 2022 at this point. Haven't uploaded in a while because, as you guys may know, we have been in a pandorama since the end of 2019, all of 2020, still going on in 2021, but things have gotten better. So much has happened in these last couple of years. It's almost even hard to get into and also hard to talk about. I know probably my last vlog or something like that was when I was in college. As of right now, not in college. When the pandorama first hit, the first thing that happened, I remember I went to class, I think it was on a Wednesday, and they canceled class every day after that. Like every day I just kept getting emails every single day, like no class, campus is closed, this, that, and the fourth, which forced all of the students to go online. And when I was in college, I was a health science major. So if anyone is in the health science field, you may know how challenging it is to do all of your classes online. So I know I had micro, AMP, chemistry. I had all those classes online. And it was tough for me at the time because it was tough for me in class. But like in class, it was manageable. Like I could keep an above failing grade, like maybe like any borderline 69, 72, 75s. I kept that, GPA up to where I could pass the class. But, I wasn't like, 95s and stuff like that like I was supposed to be. But the thing about when I got kicked out of school, like all the other students, you know what I'm saying? Like kicked out, I mean like pushed online. Like it was a decision that I didn't want to make. Like I'm the type of person to have those type of classes. I had to be in class. We had labs, we had dissections, we had surgeries, we had so many things that we had to do. And just to imagine all of that being online, like it was tough. And then also I was working as well. You guys know that I was working. I remember I would get out of class around 11 something, and I would go to work around 12, get off at 8, go to sleep, wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm on the road going to class. So anyways, when that happened, 2019, I don't remember the month. It was either 2019 or beginning of 2020. I ended up having to make a decision to go back to my psychology. I'm a psychology, health science, psychology, clinical psychology major. So when that happened, I had to go back to my psychology. I'm going to finish my psychology degree. I only have a year and a half left. So I decided to go to university. I was going to JUCO to get a health science degree. I already have my psychology degree, my associate psychology degree. I need a bachelor's in order to be able to practice or get a better paying job. So I decided to make the decision to go to university. And university is great, but still in the middle of the panorama, whatever you want to call it, the pandemic, I ended up having to go online again. Couldn't go to campus. this, that, and the fourth, because, you know, with the virus going on, I couldn't afford to put my family at risk. I have 2 older parents, and their immune systems is very weak, especially, you know, my dad. And it's so much that has happened, you know, with that. But, so I went online, and it's nothing to online psychology. I already got accepted into the school of psychology. I mean, I had all my ducks in a row with that. But it's just, life got hard, you know what I'm saying? Life got harder, and I was in my most depressive state. I want to say the end of 2020. I know the winter months. I want to say September of 2020 all the way until let's say May of 2021, which was this year. I was in a depressive rut. Like, I was so depressed. Even while I was in a relationship, I was so depressed I couldn't even clean my room. Like, I just couldn't force myself to do it. So also, I couldn't force myself to be motivated in my classes, which caused me to flunk out. Like, one day I decided that I didn't need this negative energy in my life anymore. So I took a step back. I just didn't finish none of my work. I just didn't open my laptop. That's my thing. Like, I was like, I don't need this energy in my life. And I hate somebody ever said that. But honestly, I'm glad that they did, because I was like, I don't need this in my life. All this stress, all this pain. I've been going through this for so long. I've never had a break from school my whole life until that moment. You got to think about it. You've been in school for 12 plus years with high school, and then just to jump right into college. Don't get me wrong, my academic ability is, I can do school, especially psychology. I've never had a problem with doing school. But it had gotten to the point where I guess I was overwhelmed and I was tired. And my body and my mind thankfully knew that it was time to take a break. And that's exactly what I decided to do. You know, everybody, you know, has this idea like you shouldn't flunk out of college, this, that, and the fourth, even when you only have a year left. I did it. I did that. I did what was best for me. Doesn't have to be what's best for everybody else. My parents are unable to pay for my education, which means I have to work in order to pay for my education. My parents don't have $600 for a class. They just don't, you know what I'm saying? My parents are both retired. My dad didn't have a choice but to retire because his body wouldn't let him work. And my dad and my mom, they taught me to be self-efficient, which I guess you can say I am an independent woman. Everything I do, basically I do it for myself and I do it on my own. Yeah, of course my parents always help me. You know, if I need $20 for gas or something like that, they come through. But as far as paying my tuition, I mean, they're not able to do that. They're not financially able to do that, and that is okay. So what I'm doing now, I've officially, as of today, I have been out of school for 1 year. And I know when I go back to school, I can finish and I can get this degree. But right now, I have an outstanding balance of, I believe, $2,647, something like that. So right now, what I'm doing now is I'm saving to pay off that balance in cash. And then I'm going to go back to school. And then I'll most likely have to pay another semester of classes before I'm able to enroll with financial aid and things like that. Also, I was on academic probation because my GPA went down when I dropped off my classes. So it's going to be a rough next year of school whenever I do go back to school. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go back to school this in January. Most likely either I'll go back in the summer. Praying to God I'll be back in August of next year. I'm going to work really hard like I have been, and work really hard to get back in school. So that's a small life update. Also, another reason why it was a delay on me going back to school is because me and my father got sick. I originally got sick. I had to go to the emergency room in May the 31st, if I'm not mistaken. I had to go to the emergency room because my foot had swelled up so bad to the point where I really could not walk. Like, I was limping. But also, I was on the beach. And so I didn't know, like, you know, people's feet swelling up is like something common that happens at the beach, or like you hit your foot on something. But I'm the type of person like where I really have never had like, you know, like crazy injuries or anything like that. But what caused me to go to the emergency room, my foot was swollen up, I was limping, I was like, okay, it's gonna go down, whatever. I bought some like Dollar General like icy hots and put it on my foot and stuff like that, but it never went away. So the reason why I ended up going to the emergency room was because I woke up the next morning feeling delirious. Like I wasn't sure as of like where I was. It was like I had brain fog. So I was so scared. Not the first thing I did was panic, and I woke my sister up and I was like, hey, we need to go to the doctor, the emergency room. And she like forcefully was like, yeah, we're going to the emergency room. We got to the hospital. It was in Daytona, Florida. And we got there and she was like, well, we got there at like 5 or something, like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, well, we can just wait till the, you know, urgent care opens up and then I can go there. And she was like, no, like, I think you should go to the emergency room. And I'm kind of, you know, I'm on the borderline whether I should have went or not. But thinking back on it, I wouldn't change it or have it any other way because I was so well taken care of. And, you know, I got the help that I needed. So that was an outstanding balance. That was an outstanding balance because, you know, when you go to the emergency room, it's not like going to an urgent care. They're going to charge you for everything. So that was an outstanding balance. And then also, shortly after that, my father and we contracted the virus. And it was one of the saddest and scariest moments of my life. I can't make it up, and I'm not really going to talk about it because, you know, I've stopped my tears for a while. I cried for, I know, a whole month straight. I cried for the longest time till I had bruises under my eyelids. We contracted that at the end of August. I had it first, and then he got tested a couple of days later, and he had it as well. Both of us had to go to the emergency room. My father was in there for well over a month, critical condition. It got so bad to the point where I went and saw my father for the last time on life support. But, like I said, this should not be a sad video, but this is like a life update. I might make it into 2 videos because I have some other stuff like I want to show y'all. But, yeah, I'm not going to do too much talking on that because still thinking about it, like the goodness of God, it's still like crazy to know what we have been through as a family and what we have gotten through as a family. I thank God first because without him, we are nothing. We are absolutely nothing. So that's that. I'm not, like I said, can't do too much touching on that, but just know that we are okay now. My father is home. He had to do so much therapy and still is doing therapy. He has doctors around the clock. I think he has 4 doctors now that is watching his every move. He's well taken care of. I've currently moved out of the state of Mississippi. I'm 1 state over at our sister state in Alabama because I'm working. I have a higher paying job here with the franchise that I'm working in, and I'm just doing nothing but working every single day, day in and day out. I am working so I can put myself back in school so I can also finish. So, you know, eventually I'll get out of this franchise and, you know, have a job that I love with working with people. I work with people with my job, you know. I don't know if I've said before, but I am a franchise manager for the best jobs I've ever had. I've met some of the greatest people. And now I'm in one of the busiest cities in America, and I get to see people from all over. So I'm working here now in Alabama, and it's cool. You know, I'm by myself, but it's cool. I'm okay. I guess it's not really my first time, like, living by myself. But this is the longest I have lived by myself, like without my parents or anything like that. They're unable to travel to come see me, so I'm by myself until I go see them. But this is just a small life update to my few subscribers. I have missed y'all. I have missed being able to put up content because I enjoy the content that I make. I look back on the videos that I post and I just smile. I was depressed in some of those videos, but it was just the fact that I was able to push myself through to make content for you guys. So that is really cool. I love that, and I love to see the growth that I have even in today. Like, it makes me emotional because I have grown so much over the years, and I am proud of myself for still being here. So that's that small life update, and I hope you guys, just watch, enjoy. Like, do not, like, don't judge, first of all, but don't take life for granted. And I'm not gonna get sad. I'm not gonna go into a whole rant, but I feel like it, but I'm not. But don't take life for granted. Live every day like it's your last. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. You guys are worth the world. Y'all deserve to have the world. And I deserve the world too. So I'm going to try my best to give it to myself. Alright, I'm going to cut this video off right here. And if I make another video or I'm bunching it all together, wearing the same clothes, this is like literally the same night, November the 8th, 2021. Hope you guys have an amazing day. I love each and every last one of you. Have a good one. I went ahead and cut the video off real quick, but I try to take my probiotics every morning, like when I wake up, with a bottle of water. Anytime you're taking any kind of vitamins, make sure you drink a bottle of water. Try to finish the whole thing in the morning. Don't chug it, but as over time, like within an hour, drink a bottle of water. I guess that's really all I have to show. I mean, TV's over there by the bed, and every night when I get off work, I try to read like a book. This book is Prayers and Promises for Depression and Anxiety. So I try to read me a good book when I come in. I love this room so much because it has a chair with a reading light. So I come over there and try my best to read and keep my prayers up and keep my prayers high. Being out here, by myself. I have, friends and stuff out here, but overall, living by yourself, you try to keep yourself encouraged and stuff like that. So I'm gonna wake up in the morning and try my best to vlog for you guys and get some content up for y'all. I know it's been a while, but it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get this thing up and running, okay? Love y'all. Good night.
Xoxo,